Hey brother, how are you doing? Hey, I know that we are thousands of miles apart, but um, I wanted to stay in connection with you and share with you as the Lord puts things on my heart, just what He's teaching me, what He's revealing to me, and I want to just share our lives together. And I know that it can be hard to find time to do that, and I know that I'm really busy and really bad at getting back, but it's a lot easier for me to just sit down and share and record a video and say this is what God's doing. So if you text me or email me, I will definitely get back to you. Or if you record an audio or a video or anything and just let me know what God's teaching you in your life, and as you're going through Romans and as you're reading all these things, I want to stay in touch and continue to communicate with you. But I know it's been really cool, man. Um, as you know, since having moved up here to Madison, it's been really difficult for me. In fact, I think the most difficult thing is I feel like I have my feet in all these different areas, right? I'm working the business and I'm an entrepreneur or trying to be, and I'm part of the church plant and I want to be available to reach out to men and women. And then I'm trying to take care of myself and my physical health, but as well as just my mind and my emotions. And it's it's really um, it's really difficult because I feel very torn and I feel very misunderstood as I'm trying to do all these different things and trying to do them well. And my desire and what I want is to be able to know what I should be doing and do it with excellence and do it for the glory of God, right? Um, but it's just so frustrating because I always am asking, like, what's the right thing to be doing at this time? And there's all these demands, um, and I always feel so frustrated at, like, am I doing the right thing? Am I wasting my time? Should I be doing something different? But even more than that, I feel like I'm a disappointment to God, and that I'm wasting my life away when I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing. And this is this has been it just kept going and going, and I got so fed up and so frustrated, and I was just like, what why can't I just have confidence and peace knowing what I'm supposed to be doing? And I was like, I'm so frustrated, and I'm just so disgusted that I don't have clarity or peace or certainty about where I'm supposed to be going. And it was amazing because earlier this week, just 2 days ago, um, I was reading in Ecclesiastes 3. And Ecclesiastes talks about how there's a time and a place for everything, and it says there's a place, there's a season for every activity under the sun. And I read that and I was like, there's a place and there's a season for every activity under the sun. I was like, that means, like, all these things that I'm frustrated and figuring out, is this the right thing to do? Am I supposed to do it? When am I supposed to do it? Like, I'm supposed to do all of those things? And I got really, like, kind of confused, but also hopeful, like, maybe there's something here. And I remember I was just thinking about Ecclesiastes 3:1, just thinking about that. And at the same time, the next day, I stumbled across Daniel 2:21. And it says, He changes the times and the seasons. He establishes kings and kingdoms and tears them down. And when I read that, it all fit into place. And it was crazy because as soon as I understood this, it just gave me so much more peace for what I should be doing, because what I realize is I don't change the time and the season. That's for God to do. That's his prerogative. But I realized I do have a responsibility to discern what season it is. And when I discern with wisdom what season it is, then I know what I should be doing. You know? And I started getting really, really excited because I realized it's not my duty to make it rain. It's not my duty to make the sun come out. It's not my duty to try and tweak the circumstances or the people in my life to try and get the outcome that I want. It's my duty to be attentive and discerning to what the circumstances, what my stage of life, what the needs, what the season is. And when I'm diligent in discerning that and I'm humble, then I know, okay, it's spring, it's time to plant. And it's crazy because when I looked at this, it wasn't just these two verses, but the Proverbs are full of this metaphor of the season, of knowing what season you're in, making sure that you take advantage of the right season, making sure plant your field when it's time to plant so that you can reap when it's time to reap. And it's talking about these stages and these seasons and knowing what season you're in, and that shows you what you should be doing. And what's even crazier is not just in Proverbs, but in the New Testament, when the Pharisees are asking Jesus about signs and to prove himself, he says, you guys can't even discern the seasons. How much more are you able to discern the will of God and to see the Son of Man and to understand the gospel and understand the power of Jesus Christ and the message? He's saying that if you can't understand these simple, basic discernments, how are you going to discern spiritual matters? And so my prayer since then has been, Lord, help me to discern the season. Help me to have the wisdom to discern what season I'm in life, for what stage I'm in life, for my environment and the circumstances. Help me to be humble. Help me to be surrounded by men and women of wisdom who are able to help me discern the season. May I be in your word, that I may be able to see clearly with eyes to discern the seasons. May I have a heart of humility. And I know as I'm praying these things, I'm so worried and so fearful of deceiving myself. I'm so fearful of being proud and knowing what season it is, but saying, no, Lord, I'm going to try and change the season myself. I'm so afraid of knowing but not having the humility to follow through and to put the time and energy and effort that this requires. But I know with confidence that if I go before the Lord in humility and I go before him in diligence and I pray, Lord, help me to discern what season I'm in life, not to change it, not to try and prolong it or to shorten it, but to freely accept the season that I'm in right now, and because of that, have the confidence and the peace of not just knowing what I should be doing, but having the confidence and the peace that I am giving my all, that I am honoring you, that you are pleased with me because I am doing all that I can to glorify and honor you as your son and as your servant. And so I just wanted to share that with you. It's been a blessing to me, and I pray that would also be a blessing to you. So I love you, brother, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.